What up? It's your boy Akie, checking in here with another video. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about my last deal, my most recent deal, really, where I netted 5K in profit. Now, this was a crazy deal. I went through. I'm not gonna say I went through a lot. I didn't get through shit really. I did have a little hiccup at the end because I let a lot of buyers go look at it. But I'm gonna let you know what happened right here. Okay, so basically, I did some marketing. Let's start from the beginning. So basically, I'm looking at different videos, and I come across Max Maxwell. This guy, I just saw his content, and I began to, really just try to follow what somebody proven in the industry has already done. So everybody knows that Max is really big into the 3 lists because he has this video where he talks about his 100K a month structure, where he looks at the probate leads, he looks at the tax delinquent leads, and he looks at the I think it was code violations. Look, I'm not even gonna go over to his video and just make sure I'm right, just to be correct. But you can check out the video yourself, and I may even link in the description box below. But that's basically what he talks about in that video. And so I went ahead and looked at the different leads, and out of those leads, I made a list. I researched the names of the addresses, and I researched their phone numbers. Here's where it gets good. I took all those phone numbers, I put them into a spreadsheet, and I called them one by one, every single day. A lot of times, unmotivated seller. Okay, so I had a lot of different leads, and I would call them every day. A lot of the time, they would not answer because a lot of people are not going to answer. Think about it. Are you going to answer a call on your phone, when you're doing something that you don't know? You're not going to answer that phone call that you don't know. But I kept on calling every day. I called that list for about a week. Now, granted, if they're saying, hey, yo, do not call me again, you call me again, I'm going to tell them that you're harassing me, or I'll tell them that, that you're bothering me. So don't call those. But if they're not answering, continue to call, man. Keep pressing forward, keep moving forward, and eventually you'll get an answer. So I just kept on calling, and eventually I got a call. But on this particular call for the deal, I was not able to answer the phone in time for me to get the phone and enable for me to answer the call and, get the deal going, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But for every single call I miss, typically I don't call him back, just because I know if I have to call him back, it takes a lot of willpower, somebody you don't know, blah, blah, blah. So what I do is I basically I text him. I say, hey, what's up? It's Akie. Do you have a house for sale? I say that right there. That is the key. Hey, this is blah, blah, blah. Do you have a house for sale? And this particular seller hit me back and was like, yeah, I want to sell. So I went ahead and called him back, and he said, yeah, I'd like to sell this house. This is the situation. This is what's going on. And his particular situation was that his wife's family, her brother was apparently on drugs, and they were she tried to be nice and let them stay in the house. They were being foreclosed on. She bought the house. She let them stay in the house. And then on top of that, I'm sorry, I'm actually at my I'm somewhere. I'm at my day job right now. I just keep looking outside just to make sure customers aren't coming in. Got to serve them first. But so basically, she's just being nice, right? But then she goes inside the house and she sees that the house is just totally messed up. It's totally just messed up. So the house. And this is 2 years ago. So for the last 2 years, the house was vacant. And I was like, hey, man, yeah, I've been, kind of lied to him. I didn't say, yo, I pulled your list because I watched, Max Maxwell video, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I didn't do that. I said, hey, what's up? I drove by your house. I saw it was empty. I really like the neighborhood. I'd like to buy your house. And he said, yeah, sure. I'll come up this day so you can take a look at it. Went around, took a look at it. He had a number in mind. But I said, and this is where it gets really good, because the negotiations, I think I made a video about negotiations and, making things happen, on the fly. So basically what happened was he said that he wanted 85K. And the ARV, from my understanding at the time, was 130. But apparently, there's on Zillow and on the RGIS, actually, the square footage of the house was a little messed up. It's actually lower than what it actually is. So really, the comps were kind of messed up, but I still got a profit off of it. Probably could have got a 10 to 15K profit, but lesson learned. Definitely get an appraiser's square footage of the house, and just the more house I go in, I can really get a feel of how big the house actually is. And so the actual ARV, something that sold within the past 6 months, was around 170K. And so I thought it was 130K. And so I was trying to push this house for 90K. I put it on Craigslist. I put it on Facebook Market page. Didn't have a buyer's list at all. Actually, I had 2 buyers in mind. I hit up one buyer, tried to get a 10K response, a 10K profit, and I wasn't going to even put it out to Facebook and Craigslist. But this guy didn't hit me up within that 24-hour period, so I went ahead and blasted it out. Phone would not stop ringing. I was asleep. The phone was ringing, and I didn't like that. Didn't like that too much, but because there's a lot of tire kickers, and at the end of the day, it's a lot of wholesalers as well. A lot of people trying to JV on and say, "Hey, man, I have this guy, this guy, that guy." But what I ended up doing was I ended up going to my my original buyer, my first deal, and this guy, he's buying a shit ton of properties in the area. So if you're in my area, let me know. Maybe we can JV on a deal. Nah, I'll let you know who this guy is. Good guy. Buys a lot of property in the area, and he bought the deal. And here's the thing: before I could let him into the property, because he was actually one of the last couple people that saw it. Somebody that I let go see it off of Craigslist I never met. I had the door open so that because there was no lockbox. We left the back door open, and I tell him specifically, do not lock the door. This dude locks the door. So now it's time for my guy to go see it. And no, he already had saw it, but he wanted to go see it again. But this time the door is locked because, some buyers like to go through twice just in case they miss something the first time their first walkthrough. And I said, normally it's like no problem. The lockbox is there. No problem. The door's open. One of the buyers, this is a problem with going with Craigslist. You don't know who it is that's looking at your house. This could be somebody that has no interest in real estate at all, but they saw your thing, says open house, and they want to go look at the property. They want to go mess stuff up. So be wary of that. Be safe, if you want to be doing property blasts and letting a lot of people go look at the house. So be wary of that. But I got the 5K check. We went ahead and cashed it, and we're on to the next one. As of today, I have about this week alone, I've had, I think, 5 or 6 leads that I've been doing that I've come up with just from using different sources like those lists: probate, tax delinquent, driving for dollars, code violations, just different stuff. Driving for dollars is like low key, like the secret, because you can see what, especially this time of year. I don't know where you're at in the U.S., but if it's springtime, you can see like the weeds growing out. You can see like the house is boarded up. Normally, in where I'm from, it's like the clouds are grayed out and they're blocking everything, and you can't really see inside of houses. But whenever you can see straight inside of the houses, it's blocked. Or if you can see directly inside of it or they're boarded up, then that something's going on there. You might want to write down that address, go to the GIS to start doing your due diligence, start doing your research, start sending out your mail, start making those calls and all that nice stuff. So yeah, man, that's my 3rd deal. Working on a 4th one right now, working on a mobile home actually. And this is going to be a smaller profit, probably 1 to 2K, but more money to go into marketing and try to keep the pipeline full, try to do a couple a month. And hopefully by June, it's more consistent. So we can rev it up in the second half of the year to shoot for those 6 figures. So, all right, man, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting on, man? Come on, it's your boy Akie. Go ahead and subscribe, and I will talk to you. If you got any questions for me, a lot of people have been hitting me up, asking me questions. I like answering questions just because a lot of the people that are out there on YouTube right now don't answer questions. And I had questions and that I didn't have them answered. So I'm trying to, move it forward. I've only done 3 deals, man. I'm still new myself. So if you have any questions, I'll try to help you out. Yeah, so I'll talk to you in the next video. Probably be tomorrow, if not next week. All right. Peace.